Go, man. Let's word. So I'm gonna dive into this article. First up, we're gonna break down JESHAUN Jones. Then I'm gonna move into the QB2 situations. Feels like some fishy players going on there with the number of reps, etc. Then we're gonna tap into Brian Flores, see what he had to say in his presser, I believe today. As we all know, the last preseason game is this week. First the Broncos, I believe. So may not be too exciting, but it's good to see. One final preseason game. It's a night game at that. So should be very interesting. Just good to see football is back again. So boom, let's get to it. Give me 1 second here, right quick. Here we go. Make sure if you come in the chat, you fire the chat up, like the chat up as well. Takes less than 1 second. Why not? Support the grind, support the channel. Here we go, man. So we got here. Vikings JESHAUN Jones suspended 3 games for violating NFL substance abuse policy. Jones may participate in the remainder of the preseason before beginning his suspension on August 30th. So that's good news for him that he can remain and play and finish the preseason strong, hopefully, because he's still fighting for a roster spot. Nothing is guaranteed for him. He's had a pretty solid training camp, had some nice catches here and there during the preseason, but he still has a lot to prove. The wide receiver room has a lot of talent in the building, and you throw Dejon Bell in there, you throw Ty Felton in there. Who else? Number 19, can't recall his name right now. Then you throw JESHAUN Jones in the mix. Oh yeah, this was something. You don't want to be a distraction, right? You don't want to be a problem, definitely. And we've seen issues with this whole drinking fiasco in Minnesota for years now, going on years now, really back to back. You saw it with a coach, Wes Phillips. You saw Jordan Addison be in and out of trouble, his DUI, DWI, whatever. You just saw another situation recently with your corner defensive backs coach. So what's really going on in Minnesota around yonder? Why are these players and coaches falling heavy to the bottle, getting on the bottle or whatever substance it was for him? I don't think the substance has been determined yet anyway. But whatever it is, what are these players, coaches going through? Where are they at mentally? What are they thinking about on a daily basis? Are they feeling the pressure per se? Is it getting to them per se, right? So a lot of questions to be asked, man. But it just really sucks because, yeah, he can finish the preseason, but this is going to be lingering over his head. They're going to ask the question, will he be a problem? Will this be reoccurring here? So just more a spotlight on him, but the type of spotlight he don't want on him right now. But we'll see how he finishes the preseason game, see how he performs, and he better perform well for his sake. But you don't want to be in these situations, especially when you're on the brink of being cut. Now, JESHAUN Jones has been on and off the roster for how many years now? Hell, 3, 4, or 2 or 3? I believe he got demoted, if you call it that, to the practice squad last year. So how long until he makes a major improvement or takes a major step? He's made some flashes in the preseason, but we need more. We still need more. And you definitely can't be making stupid ass mistakes like this. And once again, what was the substance? Who knows? It could just be a little THC, marijuana. And that's a whole different story right there. It's funny, right? Real funny. The NFL prescribes these guys pain pills, pain medicine, etc. Painkillers that are definitely not good for you. But they punish them for smoking THC or hemp or whatever to relax themselves, relax their muscles, mind, body, etc. right? Now, whether you want to do marijuana or not, it's your choice. But the fact that they allow pain pills to be taken, prescribed prescriptions with the drugs we know that are horrible for your body, but they don't want to let a player smoke some marijuana because of THC, right? They rather them get addicted to pain pills potentially. Come on now. You just got to make it make sense. But once again, I don't know the exact substance. I'm going to get into the article. We'll see what it says. But all I'm saying is this, man. All I'm saying is this here. If you're an NFL player and they do smoke marijuana, it should not be a crime, man. As much as their bodies go through it, as much as their bodies get banged up on a week-to-week basis, but it's no problem with them drinking, unless they're drinking and driving, DWI. No problem taking certain medications that can ruin their body, ruin their mind, you know? There's something to pay attention to, man. Here we go. Let's get to it. 1 second. Minnesota Vikings wide receiver JESHAUN Jones faces a 3-game suspension without pay for a violation of the NFL substance abuse policy. He is eligible to participate in the Vikings' remaining preseason activities and will begin his suspension on August 30th. Third-year wideout will be eligible for reinstatement on Monday, September 28th, the final day of Week 3. Due to a change to the substance abuse policy in 2024, the Vikings were not informed of the substance that caused the positive tests. All NFL players receive an annual test for the 7 types of drugs the league classifies as substances of abuse: cocaine, synthetic marijuana, amphetamines, opiates, opioids, PCP, and MDMA. Players who are entered into the substance abuse program can also be tested up to 10 times per month. Well, damn, they ain't playing with that right there, huh? Jones is in a battle to make the Vikings roster and likely stands on the outside looking in. Minnesota figures to carry only a modest number of options outside of superstar Justin Jefferson, returning number 2 weapon Jordan Addison, and offseason addition Jawan Jennings. If the Vikings cut Jones by the August 30th deadline, it will continue a trend. Jones has been on and off the roster since his arrival in 2024 as an undrafted free agent and served on the team's practice squad in both of his professional seasons. Jones has 1 career appearance, and it came in the final game of the 2025 regular season. He served as Minnesota's punt returner and handled 2 reps, one of which went for a 5-yard return. So once again, JESHAUN Jones, kind of setting himself back. If we're just talking about as far as even in the eye of the coaches, batting the building. What up, brother? SKOL Vikes. Here we go, man. Let's get it. At this point, just time to hope Kyler lifts us to new heights in spite of the shenanigans and politics involved. Definitely, man. No doubt. Dante Fleming, number 29. So 19. Yeah. Shout out Dante Fleming. He's been having a pretty good camp. But the receiving room is definitely stacked with talent. EJ, did you look at the Vikings rivalry jersey? Not yet, man. I'm gonna take a look at it though for sure tonight, Holden. No doubt, brother. Here we go. Addison, one of the best in the NFL this year. Oh yeah. Addison finna ball out, man. I believe that. Addison may mess around, put up 1,500. Jettas get that 2,000. That would be lovely, right? But Addison is a great talent, man. Give me 1 second here. Make sure. Good. Boom. But Addison is definitely a great talent. I expect big things from him this year, man. Big things from him this year. I just got done with my fantasy draft. Good old fantasy draft, huh, Holden? Man, crazy work there, man. So what you got? What you got, Holden? What your draft looking like, brother? Here we go. So that's pretty much it for the JESHAUN Jones news. Now I'm gonna get into this presser from Flores. Then I got one more article after that. Then I'm gonna get up out of here. 1 second here. Oh, got to get into some more practice notes as well. Hold up. One second. Here we go.
All right. Good to see everyone. It's been a couple weeks since I've talked to anyone here. We played two preseason games since practice against the Ravens. It's been a lot of good work from our group defensively. I would say a lot of improvement, a lot of growth, really in a lot of areas. Players, coaches. Obviously, we got a young group of rookies, and you're seeing growth and development from those guys as well. I think just an overall understanding of the system, roles, responsibilities, things that we must get done. I think guys are still really starting to get a feel for that. I think in game, both Ryan Nielsen and Mike Saravo, they've called really majority of the. They've split the two games preseason. I thought they've done a fantastic job. Obviously Ryan's done it before as a coordinator. And I think he'll eventually be a coordinator again. And Mike Saravo, I mean, if anybody likes anything that we're doing, he's somebody who knows, was here from the beginning and knows any and everything about what we're doing defensively. But overall, it's been a competitive camp. Guys are really working. Guys are improving. Guys are continuing to improve. We talk about standards and expectations in our room, and every day they're trying to meet those and exceed them. So really proud of the entire group. And I think but we're continuing to, just take it day by day and just try to improve a little bit.
Hold up. Is that facts? Is that facts fighting Irish Vikings? Is that positive right there? Are you sure Nudie got cut? Let me check it out. Not saying nothing in the news, saying nothing about it right now. Are you sure that's positive? I'm going to get into some practice notes as well. But is that a true story, fighting Irish? Is that a positive thing? Has McLaughlin really been cut? He says, yeah, let me see what's going down. Hold on. Let's see here. So we can find any news on it. Maybe he just couldn't make the cut after all, man. Wow. They did. Let's get into it, man. Why not? They really cut him. That's facts. Wow, they really cut him, man. That's what it is there. Crazy work though. Thought he could make the team. Thought he could probably potentially make the cut, man. Here we go, man. Let's get back to it though. 1 second. I'm gonna check it out after this.
Jacob Thomas, I'm just curious, what was your guys' process in the spring of kind of identifying him and bringing him in? What do you remember about that?
Yeah, I mean, one of our scouts brought him to us. Really kind of scoured through the safety group. Michelle Mankoff. She's the one who kind of brought his name to us. We watched them. The JMU film was very good. They did a lot of things that were similar to the things we do.
So they're talking about Jacob Thomas from JMU, James Madison, the UDFA. Shout out to the scouting staff. But you talk about scheme and scheme fit, right? That's what it's about. You heard what Flores just said. Saw him on tape, watched the film. He did a lot of things. They ran a similar defense to what the Vikings do. So it's always about scheme fit at the end of the day. Does a player fit your scheme? Can he understand your scheme and then carry it out on the field? But Jacob Thomas making a name for himself. I believe Jacoby Thomas is back now, officially practicing again. So that's a positive. but Jacob Thomas, man, UDFA out of James Madison, making noise. That's what you want to do. It's what you have to do. Matter of fact, you're undrafted. You're trying to make the team, let alone get some PT. You got to go above and beyond sometime to make a name and separate yourself. And that's what he's doing. Shout out, kudos to him. And signed a player from the New York Giants. I'm going to dive into it, man. 1 second. QB Lamar Jackson and Bo Nix, running back Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irvin, Aaron Jones, wide receiver Drake London, Parker Washington, Matthew Golden, Jordan Addison, Tank Dell, tight end Trey McBride, and Jake Ferguson. Hey, that boy Holden ain't playing, ain't it? He ain't playing, man. I think he is injured. Who's